Hello, my name is Christopher Shaw and I'm a retail and commercial property consultant. I've worked in the property industry for over 30 years in roles covering management, leasing, development and transactions. I was the asset manager for Indooroopilly Shopping Centre in Brisbane when that property underwent a $700 million redevelopment, and I thoroughly enjoy the role of property asset manager. So most people understand the negotiation phase of a leasing deal, but to be successful, leasing needs to be a process, which starts well before that negotiation phase. So before you sit in front of any prospective tenants, you need to conduct some research. Who are the competitor buildings for the tenants you want to target? How does their offering compare with yours in, say, location or building amenity, tenant mix and so on? What commercial terms are those competitors offering, and more importantly, what deals are they achieving by way of their recent negotiations? What new buildings are on the horizon which might suit your target tenant and so on? So once you understand the competitive landscape you're operating in, you can begin to articulate the competitive advantages of your building. And of course, before you start a negotiation, you need to clearly understand the building owner's requirements around rent outcomes, capital incentives, fit outs, suitable tenant types and many other things. Once you've done all this preparation and you know exactly what you want to achieve, you're ready to start negotiating with target tenants. The most important thing to remember in any lease negotiation is to listen more than you talk. It's hard to do. You want to tell your story, you want to sell the virtues of your building and the spaces that you're offering. You're supposed to be enthusiastic, but it's critical that you ask questions and listen carefully to ascertain the prospective tenant's requirements, the things that are important to them and not important to them. Their story will tell you what pressures are on their business and in their industry. It'll reveal their ideal timing, their true space requirements and their financial preferences around rent and incentives and fit-outs. Understanding these things allows you to focus on the features of your building and your deal that are likely to most appeal to that tenant. Once you begin to understand that tenant, you'll be able to tailor the deal which suits them, suits their financial position and their own business plan. So I guess the main objective during any lease negotiation is to firstly gain a clear understanding of the prospective tenant's needs. You can then consider those against the requirements of the building owner and look to construct a deal that's acceptable to both parties, which is the ultimate goal in any lease negotiation. More and more these days, lease negotiations are becoming bespoke and complex. Post-COVID, many office occupiers, for example, are re-evaluating their space needs, and they've got lots of options. They can sublease their space, they can hand back space, they can utilise flex space as part of their strategy. Retail and industrial properties have different drivers, but things are changing there too, with online shopping growing and everyone chasing shorter delivery times. It means that a leasing executive in any asset class needs to find creative ways to meet that tenant's needs while delivering investment returns for the property owner. So a successful leasing deal might look like reducing the size of a retail store while introducing a new retailer alongside. It might be taking back some space from an office occupier and converting it to a flex offering, for example, which can help attract other tenants to the building. It might even be negotiating the surrender of a lease and replacing that tenant with one more suitable to the property. Really though, leasing is successful when a deal is completed that meets the needs of both the tenant and the building owner or the property investors. What that deal looks like will depend on the individual circumstances of each building.